while since we actually had like just a sit down talk. We used to do like old man advice and stuff like that, and Q&A. And I would go through my comment sections and I would answer a lot of y'all's questions in videos, because a lot of them would be like really detailed questions that you would ask that required really detailed answers. And then I would be afraid that things would get lost in translation and, typing it out, and maybe, so I always like to answer certain things a little bit more in detail with video. So, I got that coming up later. I have a really, really good question by a subscriber that's probably going to answer a lot of people's questions. And I didn't want it to get lost in the comment section. So I asked him if it'd be okay if we answered it in a Q&A on video. And he said, yeah. So we're going to get to that in a little bit. But before that happens, I'm putting this video out today because I wanted to get to as many people as possible before Labor Day. Now, Labor Day is this Monday coming up, and that's like the unofficial end of summer. So for all of us people that mow lawns and do landscaping and stuff like that, things are going to start to get, slim pickings. Lawns start slowing down. I know here in around October is when things really get poopy in October when it comes to the lawns. You'll get a lot of customers saying, hey, I don't think it needs it this week, and can you do it next week? Or, hey, how about we just hold off and clean me up for Thanksgiving, and then that should be it for the season. And, they're all so happy, and you're like, shit, because you look over at your wife and kids, and it's like, they keep eating. The lawns stop growing, but those son of a just keep eating. It's like, your wife comes to you and she's got some really nice pants, and she's like, do these pants make me look big? And it's like, no, the fact that you eat every damn day makes you look big. The pants just accentuate it, but that might not be the right word. But yeah, I mean, you got to think about that. The bills are going to continue. The rent doesn't go down in the winter. If anything, your heating bills are going to go up depending on where you're at in the country. For the cold months, the kids are going to keep eating. You're going to be indoors more, so you're going to eat more because you're indoors more. You're less outdoors. Just, it's a terrible time of the year for lawn guys if you're not prepared for it. And like having 3 or 4 months of income put away to get you through, December, January, February, and March. I usually like to talk to you guys a little bit and just remind you, before it's over, you got September. September, things should still be kicking pretty much across this nation, except of course for the people in Texas. So prayers and thoughts go out to those guys, for God's sakes. But you got to get out there and you need to really hustle at this time now and really sock it all away. So my advice to you guys is really get a plan together to save as much money as you possible from your lawn business or from your side hustle from now to like mid-October, because it'll pretty much just fall on its face. If you're new in the lawn service, whether your grass dies, like goes dormant and brown like ours does, usually around mid-December, or the first frost, or in fact, I got a video about that, like It's Over Lawn Guys, I think it's called, Game Over Lawn Guys. You guys should check that out from last year in December. Really a good video. And we get into a little bit of shrinkage, if you know what I mean. And then, once that happens, it's done. Once that lawn dies, it's done. And that's going to be about, mid-December. And then you might have once a month, you can set your clients up maybe once a month. You say, hey, I'm going to come once a month through winter to edge, weed eat, spray weeds, keep things going, clean up your leaves and stuff like that. Maybe some clients are going to say no to that. Just be prepared. That's all I'm trying to say. I can't tell you what to do, but all I can say is just be prepared for a long, cold, hungry winter if you're not getting your ducks in a row now. So with that said, I have a video that I did last year, probably in maybe, gosh, I don't even know, December, January, February. It's a pressure wash video. You guys need to go to my pressure wash business videos. And I made I left the house with $0 in my wallet, and I did like $180 or something like that. And all I did is I stood at a corner with my truck, and it's all detailed in the video on how I did it. and I had a yard sign for house wash with the price pre-printed. And I don't want to give it away because there's so much information in that video, and in all my videos, really. I don't like to give all of my videos away because then you won't watch them and you lose the information. Then you ask me questions and it's like it's in the video. But I parked at a choke point where the entire neighborhood of probably, gosh, I mean, if there's 1,500 or 2,000 residents there, I would be surprised if that's it. They all go out one street and they all stop at the same red light. And there's a dividing median, a grass median. And then right at the end of that divider, right before the turn lane to turn left, there's a spot that I fit my truck. And I would park my truck right there and I'd have a sign in the back of my truck. So everybody sitting at the red light, pissed off, saw that sign and it said, house wash. What did it say? Single story 70, 2-story 120, and my phone number real big. And boy, people jumped on that like there was no tomorrow. And each house, 2.5, 3 gallons of bleach. And they were like, calling me up right there as I was sitting there. Can you do it? Can you do it? And we lined up work. And then we got money on that video. We made a living that day. I want to say it was over $180, or maybe it was $180. I don't remember. But we made money that day. But then we also got our number out and we continued to make money because people called me later on and was like, yeah, I saw your truck parked out there. Are you still doing pressure washing? And so, there's ways of doing it. So before you get too deep into September and October and you don't have the money to do it, I want you guys to go to vistaprint.com. All right. Vista, VISTA-PRINT, vistaprint.com. I don't make no money on that, and this isn't an endorsement to them, but this is who I use. And I want you to get your yard signs, okay? And order a couple of the stands for it, and get your large yard signs, and tell them what you do, how much you charge, or a roundabout, and how to contact you. Don't worry about your name. Don't worry about your business name. Don't worry about your hours of operation. Don't worry about your fancy logo. Don't worry about anything. Just tell them what you do. Tell them about how much you charge. Or give them an exact price. And tell them exactly how they can contact you. And get those yard signs in the back of your truck. Everywhere you go, when you're cutting grass, stand that yard sign up for winter house washes. Holiday special. However you want to do it. House wash. Holiday special. Boom. Let's line it up. Yes, ma'am. Let's do it for Thanksgiving. Yes, ma'am. Let's do it now. Yes, ma'am. Let's do it in Christmas. Yes, ma'am. Let's do it. Get those yard signs ordered. Get them in. Get 2 for your truck because one's going to get ruined. You're going to forget to take it down and drive away. And then you'll learn that lesson. And the next one will last longer. And let's get like 2 or 3 to put out while you're working. Put one right in the yard while you're working. Leave one up in your truck so it's up higher. Put one at the beginning of the neighborhood that you're working in. And keep one as a spare. Because some putz is going to steal your shit. Okay? You can get quite a few yard signs for about $100. All right? Vistaprint.com. Go to yard signs. Do the large yard signs. Black print. Not red. Not yellow. Black print. Check out my playlist. How to grow your business fast. And I show you exactly how to do it with business cards and with those yard signs. Now's the time to get them ordered is my point. Once Labor Day happens, people start getting into the mindset that lawn season's over. You'll see it. And it's like, good God, no, it's not, people. Not yet. For God's sakes, man. My family's still eating. And they don't know. They don't care. They don't realize it. They're happy. They're like, oh, yeah, looks like we're about done, huh? What are you going to start coming around like maybe once a month? No. I'll be here in 14 days still. And it starts, you start to get into like little battles and worries. So let's start your winter side hustle now. Is what I'm trying to say. Now's the time to do it. Get that done. Yard signs, business cards for what's going to get you through winter. And it ain't going to be cutting grass. Pressure washing. All right. So that's something kind of cool that you guys can get into. If you're not into that, I teach you guys exactly how to do house washes, man. It's so simple. I'm sorry. I keep looking at here and not there. And I should be looking there. And I keep looking at me. But so these glasses are... they tint. They're called, oh crap, what are they called? They're progressive, where they're bifocal. So as you look down, they get closer in view, like wearing cheaters. and they're transition, and they are active transition, I believe they're called. Yeah, it's the next level of transition where they go from regular to dark when you step outside. Active transition will actually go darker in a vehicle, where regular transition sunglasses won't at all. So I'm sitting in my truck, my work truck, my roll-off, and that answers somebody's question if I'm still working. Yes, I am. And they are slightly tinted, as you can see. And so I keep looking at them because it's still new to me, and I apologize for that. I should be looking at you here in the camera, and I'm not. But all right, now let's get to the question that was asked to me. The major, I've answered just about everybody's questions in the comment sections pretty darn good. So, and some of you putts I've just been telling off because you're just stupid, and I just tell you off. But this question here was it was really good. One point that he had was he started a pressure wash business, and it's a little bit slow, but he's finding it's a lot easier to pick up lawn service customers. And so his question was, should he go legit with his lawn service, get it licensed and insured, and do pressure washing on the side as he gets to work? Okay, yes, to all accounts. Now, sure, get yourself licensed, go to your local county and your city, find out what it's going to take to get yourself, properly licensed to operate a business. For us, we paid like $80-something, and that's, it's like a tax, basically. You pay like $80-something, and you got your occupational license for the county. I don't live in a city. I live in a county, so I didn't have to get a city license. So that was my occupational license. And then the second year, it's a percentage-based. You pay a fee for your license based on your income for the year, your first year of business. So that's going to vary for everybody. But for the first year for us in this county, it was like $80-something bucks. I think I paid 80 or 90 bucks. I think it was $82 for it. And then from there, I called Hiscox, Hiscox, insurance, and I set up general liability, $1 million policy. It was like $43 a month or something like that. It's like $111 or some bullshit like that. $120, $111 comes out every quarter, every 3 months. So, I mean, it's cheap as all hell. It's $1 million policy, but you can actually make 2 claims of $1 million each. So each claim, you can do 2 occurrences up to $1 million each. And so it's $1 million policy. And then it was 0 deductible. Pretty awesome. They were great. That was for basic lawn care. That's not for landscaping with bobcats. That's not for roof cleaning. That's not for climbing trees and cutting trees, okay? With that license, I would trim low-hanging tree limbs from the ground, small, simple stuff to do. I would wash houses, but I wasn't climbing roofs. Now, was I licensed to wash houses? I don't know. I mean, my business name was Trimmers Enterprises, and it had an occupational license, and I was working under that license. Let's not get too into the freaking weeds. Get that occupational license for your county and for your city if you have to, and get your insurance, your general liability. Doesn't have to be $1 million, but the difference in fee was so little. And get yourself legit. That way, lawn customers are easier to get because there's a lot more lawn customers in your neighborhood than there's going to be people that are willing to pay for pressure washing. So get the lawn customer because that's revolving income. And so if you got a family to feed, you got a wife getting bigger because she eats every damn day. I'm just kidding. Guys get bigger too. I don't want to be sexist, and I don't want to body shame. And I'm not. Or is it called fat shame? I'm not, because I'm not actually singling anybody out per se. But if you can get revolving income coming, lawns is something that happens. You cut the lawn today, it needs to be cut again soon. You wash a house today, it's not going to be washed again for a year, if ever. So that's a problem that you have in the pressure washing business. So while you're building your pressure wash business, get that revolving income of lawns. So yes, to answer your question, I would definitely go legit with the lawn business if you're capable, if you're able to do it, and build a nice little business doing that. While you're doing that, try to build clients on a pressure wash scale. And what you do for that is Hi, yeah, I can do your house wash, no problem. It's $250 depending on the area you're in. Like in New Jersey, people get $300. In Pennsylvania, people get like $400. Down here, I see people charging $50. So I'm at 70, and then I try to upsell them on different things like concrete and stuff like that. 120 for a 2-story, but I'm in and out in 30 minutes, so it's kind of relative. Um, but and I got videos of that, of course, pressure wash business video playlist. But um, as you're building up these clients, get little cards made at Vistaprint, 10% off, repeat customer. And when somebody has you wash their house, you say, hey, look, if in the next 15 months you call me back, preferably 12 months, but if in the next 15 months, 16 months, 18 months, 24 months, 9 months, you call me back, whatever it is you want to do, I'll give you 10% off. So here's the price today, $350. So hang on to this card. And when you call me back, I'll give you 10% off for repeat customers. So save this card, And then they're going to save the card, and you're building your clients now. It's going to take time to build clients to where you can make a living doing just the pressure washing. And, in the meantime, you have your revolving income for lawns. It could take you 1 solid year of busting your balls trying to build clients to make a pressure wash business. It might take you 5. It might never go anywhere. You just never know. That's the cost of business. That's the risk and the reward of entrepreneurship. So get the revolving money coming in. That would be my advice to you guys. Yes, definitely get the money coming in. The next thing he asked was, should he change his LLC for tax purposes for the lawn business? I don't know why you would do that. I'm not sure. Like, my LLC was Trimmers Enterprises, LLC, period. That was the name of my business. That was the name of my occupational license. And that was the name of my LLC. Under that LLC, I operated. I washed houses. Checks were made out to trimmers. Credit card payments were sent to trimmers' invoices, which went through Stripe, STRIPE, which went through yardbook.com. That was through Trimmers Enterprises. Yardbook is through Trimmers Enterprises. Everything is through Trimmers Enterprises LLC. At the end of the year, you take all that and you give it to the accountant. Mine's at the corner of my street. There it is, a nice, beautiful wood building, and that's where the accountants are. It's a bookkeeping company, and they do all the taxes and stuff like that. They work all that out because LLCs are different than corporations. So it's not as stringent. I'm not sure why you feel you would have to do that. And I promise no names mentioned, so you don't have to respond in this video. You can respond back through the email you sent me. I'm not sure why you feel you would have to do that. I would not. I would just operate my business under the LLC, even if it's, I don't know, I'm going to pretend your name is Duke. If it's Duke's House Wash and Pressure Wash Service, who cares? Tell them to make the check for the lawn payable to Duke's. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Unless they claim fraud, that you would then have to say, no, Duke's on the check is Duke's Pressure Washing LLC. And then, it'd be like, yeah, that's not forgery. But they're not. That's Duke's. They know who Duke's is. Duke's is you, and you did their lawn, and that's the price. And then that's it. So, I mean, you could put Duke's, just tell them to put Duke's Pressure Wash. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're cutting grass or if you're pressure washing. Just get it done and get the money. But do your occupational license as to what you're mainly going to be doing, and do your insurance under what you're mainly going to be doing. Pressure wash insurance is hard to come by and very expensive. I operated my house washing under my general liability policy, and I was extremely careful. And I told people, make sure your windows are shut and locked, and take in anything that you don't want damaged. And of course, I would walk around and I would photograph and video any wood rod, anything that I saw firsthand to protect myself. And I would recommend you do the exact same thing. Is that shady? It might be. So I'm letting you know right off the bat, that might be shady. But you got to do what's right for your family. And if lawn business is what's bringing in the income, then you need to keep that lawn money coming in while you're building your pressure wash business. If the pressure wash business gets to a point where it's becoming lucrative enough for you to work it more than just a little bit, and it's very often you're getting customers, you can send a guy out with a helper and go mow lawns while your pressure wash business now is starting to get better, bring in more money. And that could be a year or 2 years down the road. So run that lawn business, get all the residual income coming in that you can, the continual income coming in as you can, get a budget, use some of that profit to help build your pressure wash business, get the pressure wash business rolling, or pack it in. But get it rolling, man. Don't pack it in. Get it rolling. You can do it. I do it. And then get that pressure wash specific insurance when you really, really need it. But work under your general liability. Keep your LLC exactly the way it is. No reason to change it. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to care. And it doesn't matter for tax purposes. You're operating under the LLC. You can cut grass, trim trees, do driveway sealant, babysit, be a gigolo. It doesn't matter. You're operating under that LLC. Make all payments to that LLC. Okay? And then let the tax preparer figure out the details. It's not going to make a difference, though. I promise you it's not going to make a difference. When you start getting into, well, we're not even talking about it because it's not going to make a difference. If your tax preparer will tell you now's the time to do this, now's the time to do that. You're not at that point yet. Just occupational license, county, city, insurance, work under your LLC, get the money coming in, and build that pressure wash business. Continue building it through winter. Guys, go back in my pressure wash business videos. Watch those videos. Watch how I work through winter. Yard signs in the back of my truck. Yard signs at the job sites. Business cards. Everything that I did, man, it worked. It worked like a champ. Sorry this video is a little bit drawn out, but I really like to explain things 5 ways from Sunday because I got people from India, from California, from Florida, from Maine, Canada, Honduras. Everybody is all around and they watch this. So I try to answer questions in full circle to try to help everybody get the understanding. So again, I'm going to say thank you guys very much for an incredible season, an incredible year with my business. We've damn near tripled my view count from 2016 in this 2017 already. What are we at? Over 3 million views now in my channel since the first video went up January 2016. It took till December to get the first million, and we've already gotten over 2 more million in 8 months, less than 8 months actually. So you guys have really came through for me for boosting my channel, and I really appreciate you guys very much for that. Also, the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, the fund, you guys are right at $800 now. We got $200 more to go to get to that $1,000 goal. So we're going to get it, guys. If you could please just donate a few dollars here and there, $10, $5. I really, really appreciate it. We got till November to get to that $1,000 goal. We've more than surpassed last year. We're trying to double it. We did $525 last year, so I'm trying to double that up to 1,000 this year. Looks like we're going to get it, so please check that out, dansvlog.com. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to closing out this season on a high note, and then we're going to do some pressure washing throughout the winter, and I'm going to take you guys with me on advertising for pressure washing, and we're going to keep this side hustle channel going for through winter, and we'll pick it right back up next year. So I got a video coming out this weekend, return of the HOA violator. You remember that HOA violator lady from last 2 weeks ago? There's an update for her, and you guys are going to love it. So I'll see you guys this weekend. Hope you guys have a great Labor Day. Please be safe. Please call a friend if you're drinking, and please be careful out there. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.